Now we're going to begin basic dimension exercise number 1. For this exercise, you will need the inspection plate provided with the kit. I want you to place it on the table flat with the counter bore facing up in the positive Z and the chamfered corner to the right and back, so it'll be towards the positive X and positive Y direction. I'm going to be using this print, which is basic dimension exercise number 1. It can be found on the inside cover of your manual. We're going to be checking these dimensions. As you can see, most of the features are tolerance. Then the 0 is off the center of the part. I'm going to be setting up a coordinate system with a plane line circle, using the top face as my primary base plane. The front edge is my primary alignment axis, and the through hole, the 1-inch through hole in the center, is going to be my X and my Y origin. When I am done, my circle and line will be projected onto this plane, so that 0, 0, 0 will be the center of this hole at this plane. The first thing I'm going to do is start by measuring the primary plane. To do this, I simply select plane. As you can see, for this I'm using a ferro arm. This is a 4-foot ferro gauge. I select plane. As you can see, I'm taking measurements. When I am done, I simply set reference. This automatically aligns the proper base plane and sets the proper 0. I'm going to select OK. Now I'm going to begin by measuring a line across the front of the part that I told you about earlier, but notice I'm going to let the software auto-recognize the feature. This is going to be my primary alignment axis. I simply click that and it automatically knows what the rotate about plane is and what the direction of the line was drawn. Select OK. Measure my circle. Set reference and select OK. As I hold the probe over the center, you can see down here that I'm pretty close to being 0, 0, 0. That's how simple the coordinate system is with the software. Now what I'm going to do is continue to take my measurements around the part. Once again, allowing the software, not only does the software automatically recognize the feature, but once you move on to the next feature, as you're going to see here in a minute, notice I'm ready to probe this line. It closes out the other feature. This is, without a doubt, the simplest software I've ever used for programming a CMM. Now I'm doing the holes. Okay. Once done, I simply select OK. All my features are measured. Now I'm going to go ahead and construct the bolt hole circle to these 4 features. I simply go to circle, hit construct, and one at a time, I just click them. It's asking for a PCD, which is a pattern coordinate. I just select OK. And once I'm done, I simply select OK. It draws the circle. Now that it drew the circle, we're going to begin tolerancing. So let's take a look at our print. As you can see, I've got angles on all the corners, so I'm going to do those first. Angles are very simple. I simply pick the two features with a single click of the mouse, and it brings it up. I can do inside, outside, out here. Let me do a redraw so you can see it a little bit better. Click here, click here. There's no more understanding the direction of the lines, supplemental versus, vector direction angles like in Mitutoyo's GeoMeasure software. It simply draws it out for you. Now notice it's bringing in the GD&T. If you do not want the GD&T, just simply turn it off. However, you can have it on some features. I'll turn it off on this one only. I simply right click on the green line, hit the checkbox, select OK, and it disappears. Everything on this software is driven with the mouse. I have not used the keyboard yet. If I want to change my tolerances, simply right click on the green line there, come down here, I'll make it plus or minus 1 degree. Change the nominal dimension is right here. It shows your dimensional error geometrically. Okay, that's how easy angles are. Now let's take a look at the print, and we'll do some diameters. You do have the option of layers, just like in a CAD file. So to stop the screen from becoming cluttered, what I could do is use the display layers feature. Click here. Now diameters are all going to be assigned number 3, label position. So when I say OK, and I double click it for the diameter, what I'm going to do is I'm going to right click and change the layer number to 3. Okay, select OK. See how it automatically defaults for the circles now? So I don't have to keep doing it again. The nice thing about this is I can get all my circles done, and look, see how cluttered the screen is getting? But all I have to do is turn off the diameters, and they disappear. But they still will be on the inspection report. If I were to go to tabulated details, say add to report, and print, as you can see, it brings out each one of my circles. It's brought out here as far as the diameter. I'm going to turn the layers back on. Now we're going to take a look at the print. Distances. We've got some hole-to-holes across the x-axis here. We've got some point-to-points from line to line. Start by doing the overall length. I simply click here, click the next feature, bring it off to the side, and hit it. I'm going to turn off the GD&T so it's not as cluttered. Now I'm going to do circle to circle, except I'm not going to do it hole to hole. I'm going to right click, I'm going to do it horizontal, which is what the print was calling for. If I bring it out here, you might want to hit redraw so it resizes a little bit, and then that way you can just simply hold your left mouse down and bring it up a little bit, and you can do that to all these. It's just like a CAD file. Just got to grab the green line, left mouse, hold it down, and reposition everything. circle's a circle. Right click, look at some of your options. We can do vertical. Right click. 2D aligned or 3D aligned. Now it doesn't really matter which one you choose with the circle because they're both projected onto the XY plane. Okay? Or aligned to a feature where I pick another feature and then it aligns to that.